Hello, my lovelies. This is the Hoodoo Housewife. If you are new here, then welcome to the channel. If you are returning, then it is so great to see you again. I hope that all is well in your universe. So today we are going to talk about the cleansing power of eggs. So I am going to show you 3 very quick and simple workings that you can do with eggs. And so I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. So I may go a little quickly. So if there's something that you don't catch, feel free to put your question in the comments or, whatever you need to do. And I will try to get to answer your question. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is how to make a filter. An energy filter for your house. This is actually a working that I learned from Old Ways. He goes by Old Ways here on Instagram. Very amazing, wonderful witch. I love his work. And this is something that he had put up some years ago on his page, and I thought it was really dope. I tried it, and yeah, it worked. And I've also found other information on it in some hoodoo tradition, so it goes very well. So this is what you're going to do. You are going to take yourself any glass. I use this vase that you could put flowers in. This is what I use because I have a big family. So we got a lot of stuff to filter, okay? But this is the vase I've been using forever and ever to do this little thing. And now you can do this when there's a really heavy energy going around. Maybe the sage isn't getting it, burning a couple of incense isn't doing it. We're talking, maybe there's a death in the family, a loved one has passed, or someone has fallen very ill or had some sort of an accident. Someone has been, locked away in jail. Anything that is a very heavy energy, or maybe you've just had a long run or you're having a bout of maybe just the blues, or even a little bit more than the blues. There's just, a straight up depression, and you want to lift that fog, you want to lift that energy out of the air. And side note, just a little disclaimer here, if you are suffering from depression or any sort of mental illness, always seek professional help for that. But these things can also work in conjunction with whatever professional treatment that you are seeking. That's just a side note. We got to be responsible in what we do, right? So you're going to take a glass. You can take a drinking glass. It could be a wine glass. You can take a vase. I prefer a vase, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to take an egg and you're going to crack the egg. And what we're going to do is we're not going to put the entire egg in here. What you're going to do is you're going to separate, okay? Usually my eggs crack a little better than this, but... So you do not want the yolk, okay? We only want the clear part. And sometimes it's a little gel-like, so you got to kind of sometimes shake it. If you have a nice clean break with your egg, which I didn't just now, maybe because I did it on the edge of my table and I don't usually crack it on this table, usually by my sink. But so we're only going to take the white of the egg, okay? Set that aside. All right. Hold on, let me crack a napkin real quick. Okay, so you're going to separate the white. You're going to take the egg white. Only put the egg white in there. Okay. And when you start this working, of course, ask whatever guide, guardian, or ancestor that you need to open the way for your working, however that works for you. If it's Elegba, ask him to open the way for your working. And then you are going to do this. You're going to pour water over it, and with each pour, you are going to say something different with each pour. So you would say, the power of the moon, I have over it. Power of the sun, I have over it. Power of the wind, I have over it. Power of the ocean, I have over it. Power of the stars, I have over it. Power of the sky, I have over it. Power of the ancestors, I have over it. And then I close it by saying, I shall. Okay? And those are the things you can say, because you're putting the energy, because remember, water has memory, so you're putting the energy of whatever is going on, that you have the power of these things over it, the power of the stars, the power of the moon, the power of the sun, the power of the ocean, the power of your ancestors. You have over whatever this challenge may be in your life, whatever this heavy negative energy is, the power of all these things you have over this. Okay, and you pour that water in there. And after you pour the water in, you're going to take a white candle, which you don't have to dress it with anything. But if you do want to dress it, I would suggest just simply rosemary. And you're going to put that candle on a plate, or you can even use a white glass candle. You can use a tea light candle. I've used all different kinds of candles for this working. Depends on what I have on hand. And you're going to set that white candle right next to that, and you're going to let that burn. And what this does is that it is working as a filter for that very heavy energy that may be in your home. It is working as a filter. I do this weekly. So I do this either on a Sunday or a Monday. If I haven't gotten a chance to do it on Sunday and Monday, I'm going to do it on Tuesday. Whatever day, I'm doing it. But it's usually before the week starts. I like to do it before I go into my week, just to clear out the energy. So this is something that I do weekly. And I would suggest doing it weekly, but if it's something that you don't feel like you can do weekly, it's something you can do, like I said, whenever you just feel that really heavy, stagnant, thick energy that is just not moving out of the way. You will really feel the energy start to lighten up once you put this working into play. And it's so simple. There really is no reason not to do it every week. I mean, it takes less than 5 minutes. So that is that working. That is one way that you can use the cleansing power of an egg, okay? By making a filter for your home, for your office space, your workspace, whatever it may be. And if you are someone who works a lot with spirit, whether you are a worker and you're doing a lot of workings for people, or you're a card reader, or you run some sort of a business that involves dealing with a lot of different energies, this is something that I truly recommend that you do on a weekly basis, to have it around in your space as a filter. So shout out to Old Ways. Go check him out on Instagram at Old Ways. He's an awesome witch. So thank him for that working. So I wanted to pass that on, because I've been using it for a long time now, and it's awesome. Now, the next thing that we're going to do, that I'm going to show you, another way that you can use the cleansing power of eggs. You're going to take a white egg, put a little bit of Florida water on it. Okay. Just cleanse that egg. And before you start, you're going to let this egg know. You can either say it in your mind, hold that egg up kind of to your third eye, or you can just say it out loud and let that egg know that you want this egg to take away any negativity, any bacterias, any germs, any black magic, anything that's been thrown at you, any negativity, anything that is not serving yours or your family's highest good. You want this egg to take it out and cleanse it out of your aura. And so now you've given it the instruction of what it's going to do. And so you're going to take this egg, and you're going to start at the top, and you're just going to work your way down the body, from the head down. And you may do 3-4 passes, maybe more. Make sure you go under the arms, but whatever direction you go, just make sure you're going from inward and outward, or up and down the body. So you don't want to ever start to going down and then come up, because this is a cleansing. You're taking things away from the aura. You're taking it out, away from your ashe. You're taking it out of your aura. You're getting it away from you. So you want to go down the body, down the front of the body, down the side of the body, underneath the arm, down the sides of the body, on both sides, and as well as you're going to go down your back. And you may need someone to help you do the back side of your body, and if you do, that's fine. Or you just do the best that you can down the backs of your legs, all the way down to your feet. And so you're going to do this going down the body. Once you do that, you're going to crack that egg, and you're going to release that yolk into a toilet, or you may even take it to a crossroads if it's some real heavy negative energy. But if this is just a normal cleansing that you're doing, you can crack the egg open, let the yolk go down the toilet, flush it, let that energy go out, and take the shell, and you want to throw it out somewhere away from your home, out in nature, in a bush or in a tree, just to the left of the bush or the tree or whatever, okay? And after you've done that, what you're going to do is And that's what you're going to do with the egg to get rid of it. But before you do all of that, once you've gone down the body and made all your passes down the body, you're actually going to set your egg aside. And before you crack it and let it go down the toilet and then get rid of the shell, before you do that, you want to take some oil. It can be olive oil, any sort of consecration oil that you have that you deem holy and high vibratory at your access. You are going to make crosses on the tops of your feet, both feet, on top of the knees, at the navel, in the center of the chest, on the forehead, at the top of the head, also on the outside in the palms of the hands, okay? And once you do this, then you can go ahead and crack it, flush it down the toilet, throw the shell out, okay? If you happen to do one before the other, it's not gonna hurt anything. But, ideally, if you're gonna have to walk outside and go throw the shell out, you probably wanna go ahead, and anoint yourself before you do that inside. So that is how the second way that you can use the cleansing power of an egg. So go down the body, make passes from the top to the bottom, from inward outward, set the egg aside, make those crosses on top of the feet, on the knees, in the center of the navel, center of the chest, the third eye, and the top of the head, as well as the hands, okay? And that is how you cleanse with an egg. You can do this to yourself, to your children, to your spouse, to your friends, cousins, brothers, whatever, okay? And it's very powerful cleansing, and do it as many times as you feel like you need to. If you still feel there's a little something there, do it again. Cleanse and cleanse until you don't need to cleanse anymore, when you're dealing with a particular issue. So you can't really cleanse too much. Now, the third way I'm going to show you the cleansing power of eggs is this. This is called Cascarilla by some. Some also refer to it as effun. And what this is ground eggshell powder, okay? It is the eggshell that has been ground so much until it has become a fine powder. Now, what can you do with this? And in another video, another time, I will go into the history of where Cascarilla comes from and how we came about to using it and our workings as of today. But I'm really trying to keep this video as short as possible since I'm showing you multiple workings in one video. So I'm just going to show you how to use the effun or the Cascarilla. Okay, there's a few things that you can do with this. In a powder form, you can simply break it up because it's going to come in this sort of a chunk. You can break it up and you can sprinkle it around the perimeter of your home. That's one thing that you can do because it makes a marker. It makes a division between the spiritual and the physical world. So if there's a negative spirit or energy that you're needing to block out of your home, you're going to sprinkle this around the perimeter of your home. That is one way that you can use it. Another way that you can use it is that you can physically actually take some of this and dust it on your clothes, dust it on your skin, dust it on your hair. If you feel like you're going to go into an environment that you feel like may not be the highest vibration, and you feel like you need some extra protection, you can take this, sprinkle it on the hair, on the clothes, and that's going to give you a nice high vibratory shield of protection, okay? The last thing that you can do with this is that you can also break it up and you can put it into a bath. You can make a cleansing bath with this. You can run a warm bath, sprinkle some of this cascarilla in it. You can put a little bit of Florida water in there also. And you could also put some white flowers in there. But it works as a spiritual bath as well if you need that. Okay? So these are 3 very easy, simple workings that you can do. There is a lot of cleansing power in eggs because the egg represents life and purity, okay? It represents life and purity and renewal. And so you can use an egg to cleanse. You can use an egg to protect your home in many, many different ways. These are just 3. These are 3 very simple ones that you can do. Let me know if this video was helpful. If you have any comments, please put them below. If you have any questions, please put them below. I will be happy to try to get to your question and answer it as quickly as possible, as well as feel free to discuss amongst yourselves or with me any rituals that you do to cleanse using eggs in any shape, form, or fashion. So this is the Hoodoo Housewife. If this video was helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Also turn on your notifications so you will know when I have a new video out with some more awesome information. So keep working the work. If you work the hoodoo, it will work for you. So I will see you next time. Peace, lovelies.